Will you help me welcome Hannah, our beautiful Hannah that has a word for you that knew months ago. She had a word for you, and so Hannah Martin.
Thank you so much. I don't know how I'm supposed to just get up here and casually talk after that testimony video, Chelsea. That was, I don't know where you are, friend, but I love you so much. It's so beautiful. I heard you. I can't see you, but I can hear you. I love you. It's so beautiful. Yes, if I have not met you, like Tammy said, my name is Hannah. And I don't have a lot of time, so we're just going to jump right into it. And I can tell you that my life itself is... Ooh. Hello. I can hear myself double. This is crazy. Okay, I can tell you that my life itself is a tapestry of God's faithfulness. From the time I was young until this very day, I could share countless testimonies of the way that God has shown himself faithful to me. However, I highly doubt that I could fit that all into 10 minutes, so I just want to focus on this last 2 years and the way that God has shown up for me in what have likely been some of the hardest years of my life. The way that he's shown himself faithful, even in the midst of heartache, disappointment, grief, fear, and seemingly unanswered prayers. I tried to write out a more detailed recollection of some of the things that I've walked through in this last season, and I found that even a briefly detailed account was going to take up so much of my time today. It's been that kind of season. So I'll very quickly paint a picture for you of what this last 2 years has held for my husband and I. And I just want to say, if you find yourself relating to any of this, I would love to hear your story, and I would love to share more of mine, so please come find me. So for starters, those of you who don't know, I deal with a lot of chronic health issues, and over the years I've been diagnosed with a connective tissue autoimmune disease, fibromyalgia, an autonomic nervous system disorder called POTS, as well as a handful of other small peripheral things. Likewise, my husband, Justin, has had health struggles of his own. As a kid, he was diagnosed with something called Becker muscular dystrophy, which if you don't know what that is, in a very quick nutshell, it essentially just means he's unable to build or maintain any muscle mass. So as he has aged and continues to age, his muscles will continue to atrophy. These things aren't new, but they have certainly added an extra flavor to this last season. A couple of years ago, he had a fall that resulted in a broken kneecap, which is a bummer for anyone, but for us, it meant not just the emergency room, a brace, no weight-bearing crutches, you'll be better in a few months, but a wheelchair, surgery, complete loss of his mobility and independence, and the very real possibility that he may never walk again due to the muscle that he would lose as a result. It was a seemingly small injury that completely changed our world overnight and kind of put all of our life's plans on hold. He was in the midst of his recovery when the journey with our beloved Joel began. There's so much to say, but I'm just going to leave it at this and simply say that he is a father figure of mine that I will treasure in my heart forever. So we found ourselves facing some deep, deep cuts, while also in comparison felt like some dumb peripheral things. Like I found that my knuckles were getting too stiff to play guitar through worship sets anymore, so I had to give that up. Not many people know this, but I've been in an ongoing battle with my voice for the last few years. I've been diagnosed with something called vocal cord dysphonia, which has limited my vocal ability. I've had to work so hard to retrain my voice and learn how to use it in an entirely new way. But there have been many moments that felt like I was going to forever lose this expression that felt so integral to my being. And in the midst of all of this, we found ourselves facing the word that I had feared all of my life, infertility. After years of seeing a multitude of doctors and practitioners just to simply get my body healthy enough to even start safely trying, we finally felt ready and excited. Finally, God would fulfill the promise that I believed he had made me, that he would make me a mom. I had so much hope. I was so ready. And then cue Justin's injury, which put a major halt on our plans. It felt like a hard stop, and truthfully, in the midst of it, it felt like the death of that dream. But it wasn't long before we said, to heck with it, and just kept trying in our own crazy timing. Fast forward a couple more years through many tests with less than promising results. Who knows how many supplements and treatments and remedies and trackers and teas later, still nothing. All the while, quite literally everyone around me seemed to be getting pregnant. When I say all of my friends, I mean all of my friends were pregnant. I was invited to 14 baby showers in a 10-month span. What a dichotomy. To feel so much joy and celebration for the people you love so much, and yet to be grieved to your core that everyone around you seems to be receiving the very promise that you have been contending for. If anyone in this room is walking on their own journey, please know that I see you. I've had 2 surgeries in the last year, one to remove a polyp from inside my cervix, and the other to remove what I now know has been undiagnosed endometriosis. Turns out I was not being dramatic when I said that my cramps felt like I was in labor. Truthfully, this doesn't even cover it all. There's still so much that I could say about this season. For a long time, it has felt like hit after hit after hit has come our way. I don't know all of your stories, but I do know that I'm not alone. This has been a rough go, yeah? So what's the testimony? Well, there are many testimonies woven all throughout this story. First of all, I am grateful to say that my husband is indeed back on his feet. As far as his mobility goes, our life has returned to our very different version of normal, which is truly a miracle in and of itself. I can also say that my last surgery was a success, and I am now 2 days shy of being 11 weeks pregnant with... Thank you. With a healthy baby boy. It feels so surreal to say. And I just want to honor all of the women in this room that have held me through this season. Because a lot of you are in the room. So thank you. And I also want to honor the women in this room that still find themselves in a season of waiting. I remember these moments and the bittersweet mix of all the feelings, and I just want you to know that I see you. This testimony is the fingerprint of God's mercy. He gets all of the glory, and it is all so worth celebrating. He's so faithful. But I'll be honest with you, the full story has not been miracle after miracle after miracle. I am still chronically ill. My husband is still disabled. His injury still happened. He's still going to end up in a wheelchair. We've still had to walk through incredible grief. We still had to walk through infertility, not knowing if the Lord would ever open my womb. My testimony is not that I have done enough, prayed hard enough, and had so much faith that God just removed every hardship and obstacle. My testimony is this, that through it all, He has kept me. He has kept me. He's been so faithful to me. That although I have faced countless disappointments, my faith has only been made stronger. That before any miracle has come, right in the middle, in the waiting, in the pain, in the loss, in the unknown, I've come to know and love the person of Jesus so deeply. Here's the reality. I personally know people who have received incredible miracles and yet ultimately reject him in seasons of hardship because their faith was built on what he could do rather than who he was. And what I've gained from this journey is something so much more valuable to me than any blessing or miracle. It is him. It's the assurance of where my hope is found. It's the knowledge that no matter what I face, I know in the deepest parts of me that he is the very first place that I will run. It's the absolute transformation that my soul has experienced, the sanctifying and refining. I am not the same person that I was 2 years ago, not even close. And I can confidently stand here and say, I count it all as joy because of what this season has produced in me. He's so faithful. And let me just say, I have not made it through this season by stuffing my feelings or denying the reality that it hurts. I'm not advocating for just wishful optimism or the denial of your human experience. I've wept. I have mourned. I have wrestled. I've leaned on the faith of others when mine felt weak. I've felt overwhelmed and angry. But I have trusted that he holds space for my sorrow and my questions. And he is able to comfort me in the places that I give him access to. It's coming to him as my full, authentic self, bringing both my joy and my anguish and everything in between that has allowed me to find such safety in his presence. Now, please, please hear me. I believe in healing. I believe in miracles. I have faith that God can heal my body. I have faith that he can restore my husband's strength. I have faith that he can move every mountain with just a word, that he holds all authority over everything in my life. I have faith, and I will continue to contend for all of those things. And maybe a miracle will come. But I also have faith that even if it doesn't, his presence will sustain me. His love will satisfy me. His word will empower me. His mercy will strengthen me. And his grace will carry me. I have faith that he is able to use anything and everything for my good and for his glory. And that is my testimony. Thank you all so much. I am actually going to play a quick song for you. And I felt it was really important for me to actually play my guitar. And I just want to say, you're all so beautiful and wonderful, and I love you, but that this is not a performance for you, that this truly is a prophetic offering to the Lord, that I'm going to play this guitar with my aching, stiff fingers and my shaky voice, and I'm going to worship. Amen. Amen. And I'm going to try to do it without crying.
If my heart could tell a story, if my life would sing a song, have a testimony, if I have anything at all, no one ever cared for me like Jesus. His faithful hand has held me all this way. When I'm old and gray and all my days are numbered on the earth, let it be known in you alone my joy was found. Let my children tell their children, let this be their memory, that all my treasure was in heaven, and you were everything to me. 'Cause no one ever cared for me like Jesus. His faithful hand has held me all this way. When I'm old and gray and all my days are numbered on the earth, let it be known in you alone my joy was found. Oh, I found my joy. 'Cause no one ever cared for me like Jesus. His faithful hand has held me all this way. When I'm old and gray and all my days are numbered on the earth, let it be known in you alone my joy was found.
Thank you so much. I believe I am now transitioning us into the next thing. You got it?
I got you, girl.
You got it.
I got you.
Tammy's got
Hannah
it.
Martin.